This is Bernice from the Nappy Mouse, and in today's video I want to show you how to make this really cool journal for traveling or for just marking down where you're going and for traveling. It's really super quick, super easy, and inexpensive. And in this one in particular, I decided to use this one, the Transatlantic Travel. And it's an older collection, but I had this in my stash and I thought this was going to be a perfect collection to use for this particular project. It is from Eco Park Paper Company and it's called Transatlantic Travel. I'll set that aside. And on the other side, which is great, they've got like these cards that you can actually start putting into your travel. And I have done that. Whoops. Sorry, I have done that here already to show you, but I did cut some up for this next one that we're going to get in this collection. You can see it is double-sided. Beautiful, beautiful papers and lots to choose from as well. Love the way these are. Yeah, I've already separated. I've already got them, but if you can get a hold of this, you can, this is a great collection, especially if you love to go traveling. And this one also comes with a sheet of the stickers as well. Now, the one that I'm going to use is this one here, and I don't know if it's called Airmail. Okay, so we're going to use this one for this particular project that we're going to make together. And then let me show you what you'll need. You'll need, of course, one 12 by 12 paper. Okay, preferably double-sided, but if it's not double-sided, don't worry about it. But you just get more bang for your buck and different choices when you do have double-sided paper. So, but not necessary to do it. So, one 12 by 12 paper, 10 sheets of 8.5 by 11, one metal ruler, glue, a craft knife, some kind, some clips here, pencil, stapler, and scissors. And I hope I'm not missing anything. And if I am, I will let you know during that time, okay? But I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible. And yes, I'm sorry, but the challenge for me here is to not use my scoreboard and my trimmer. Be so much faster, but we're not doing that today, okay? So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to trim this off here, okay? And I'm just going to take my metal ruler and my craft knife and we will trim this off. Okay, this particular craft knife, I got it at Daiso and it came 2 in a pack. By the way, when you cut with the craft knife, just be careful. Now I do save these product markers here because they have this side here. So before I start throwing these away, I put it to the side and I go ahead and save it. Okay, now this is going to be the top side. So decide, if your paper is directional, decide which part is the top. Okay, then you go ahead and you turn it one way to the side. Okay, and then you're going to take your pencil and measure it at 7. Okay, and I like to do it in 3 sections of the paper. Okay, hopefully I can see that right there. And 7. If you don't have a craft knife and you only have a scissors, then you go ahead and mark your line here like this and then cut it down with the scissors. Okay, but I do have my craft knife and we're going to cut this down. Okay, it's going to pass. There we go. Perfect. Okay, go ahead and set this one aside for now. Now we're going to do the rest of our measuring. We're going to be measuring just a little bit thicker here. Okay, there we go. We're going to be measuring at 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches, and 9 inches. Okay, and again, maybe it's hard to see the marks here because of the paper. I should have gotten like maybe the light solid one, but 2, 4, 6, and 9. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and take our ruler, whoops, and then cut it. Like I said, it is a lot easier when you do have your trimmer. If you are new to crafting, if you want to invest in a trimmer, go for it. You can always find like secondhand trimmers on Facebook Marketplace or eBay. The sort right there. But if you're not going to be crafting that much, just do what I do. It's just easier that way. Okay, so we've got 2 here, and trying to see where I marked my pencil. Okay, it's beautiful paper, but yeah, a trimmer would have been so much easier with this one. Okay, let me just do that again because I really want to get the correct measurements here. Now for this part of the paper, this is the 12 by 5 inches. You can cut it any way you want to, and you will see in the end. I just kind of made these cuts right now just to get you going and get you started. Oh, sorry, the last one here, you are going to turn it to the side. You're going to measure it. Now you can do it with either this one or this one. We're going to use the other side anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. I kind of like that one. No, I kind of like that one better. So we'll just measure this and at 2.5, okay? 2.5 there. Maybe I should have gotten a little bit more. And 2.5 here. It was almost that line right there. Okay, and go ahead and cut. Okay, now we're going to set all of these aside for now. So you should have, what, 2, 3, 6 pieces, and I'll explain what these pieces are in a minute. Okay, so let's go ahead and set this aside. We're going to come back with this one here. I like to turn it. What we're going to do, well, we're going to, where's my sample? We're going to put a tuck spot. So you can decide whether you want the tuck spot in the back or the tuck spot in the front, this particular like secretarial pocket here, okay? So I kind of like to look at what part of the paper is going to look nice. Like I could tuck that in, and then this would be like the front section, or I can tuck that in here and most of this will be in the front section. That's going to be upside down there. I'm gonna do it this way, okay? Alrighty. So now what we're going to do is take our ruler and we are going to measure 10 inches here and then 5 inches here. So 5 and 10, okay? And maybe I should have had a white pencil or those white gel pens instead. That'll help out. Okay, so for this one here, you're going to score. No cutting, just scoring. So the easiest way to do it is put your hands underneath it. Put your metal ruler against it. Put your hands underneath it and go gently like this, okay? And then kind of bring it forward. And when you do bring it forward, you can actually get your craft knife. And this particular craft knife, I use it also as a bone folder, okay? So there we go. I'll fix that part right there. And then here, I like to do it as, like I'll do a little bit over here. I like to guide the paper because if you kind of just do it like this, with the thicker papers, you can see it that it's going to get like ridges and everything. This will help the fibers of the paper do what you want it to do, okay? But anyways, what you'll do is end up folding it in half like that, okay? So there you go, and you have this. Now, for a reason or another, this is not as clean, so we're going to clean it up, okay? And now, next thing that we're going to do is we're going to get our glue, okay? And in one of my videos, I'm going to show you how to make these glue charms here. They're actually great, especially when you use the pins to hold it and you put it in your craft table, and if you're anything like me, it'll get lost real quick. So I'll have a video on that pretty soon. Go ahead and put glue on the top and the bottom, and then we're going to close this up, okay? There we go. And now this would be like this. Now we're going to take all of this, put it together, and we're going to set it aside. I'm actually going to put it underneath here so that glue could really stay. Okay, next thing that we're going to do is we're going to get our papers here, all 10 of these. This one here is from Waste Not Paper, and it's called Paper Bag. I still carry this in my store, so if you're interested, I will put the link down below. But really easy to... really great paper to do. What I also have is a link, if you like to have lines on your paper so you can write, I'll have a link down below. I created a simple PDF paper that has just lines. I've got one in portrait and one in landscape. I'll put the landscape down on the bottom. It's completely free. It's up to you if you want to use it. But if you do get this kind of paper, or even any kind of paper that you have, you can go ahead and print them out and have lines already, so it's easier for you to write on. Okay, what you're going to do on the 8.5 side here, you're going to measure at 7 inches, okay? Okay. Now, you can do this one at a time, or you can do it all together. If you're doing it all together like me, because of time, just make sure that all of the paper matches and it's even. So you'll get an even cut, a straight cut. Now go ahead and do this very, very gently. We are not in a hurry for this project, okay? I know you want to see it done, so do I, because I love to see the finished result, but I also have to remind myself to enjoy the process, okay? Because that is part of the fun of crafting, is to enjoy the process. Do not be in a hurry, especially when you're using a craft knife, okay? Now, what I do, go ahead and set these aside. You can use it. I have a scrap pile, a scrap box where I put all my scraps in there, and then after, when they accumulate to a certain time, or when I get a lot of them, then I use it for other projects. But go ahead and save that. Now what you're going to do is take the paper and we're going to fold it in half, okay? So now this is the 11 and a half side, or 11-inch side, and this is the 7. We're going to go at the 7 at the top, and we're going to fold it in half. If you want to do it one at a time, that's fine. I do it actually like 2 at a time, and it's kind of like a little off over here, but I'll trim that. I'll do all my cuts later. So this is here. Well, I have a system here that I like because everything just starts to all. Do you ever feel like when you're crafting, all of your tools are actually just like coming in? Oh, they're trying to grab me or something, or trying to scare me, I guess. I don't know. Yes, people, welcome to my world. Okay, so I'll take a few here. I will usually do this 2 at a time. For the sake of this video, I am going to do it a little bit more than 2 at a time, so that way you guys are not wasting your time as well. But yeah, so this is the last of my folds here. I wonder what happened to there. But yeah, take your bone folder, or, you know, I've used this craft knife before as my bone folder. Next, what you're going to do is take everything that is folded and go ahead and put one inside the other, okay? And these are going to create pages. Now, for this particular journal, you're actually going to have 40 pages. You've got 10 sheets. 10 sheets folded in half would be the, well, you do 10 times 4, because you've got one, or you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, count the front 2, and that will give you a total of 40 sheets. Okay, now next what you're going to do is make sure that it's even this way, and all of it is even on the inside over here, okay? Once you do that, we are going to then, it'll be better to clip it, it'll stay. We're going to then measure here, top and bottom. You can do middle too if you want. Let's let my pencil go. We're going to measure it at 4 3/4. Okay, so from the folded section here, which is the spine, to the edge, we're going to measure it at 4 3/4 because we're going to cut this part off. Now, the reason why I'm not measuring it at 5 is because when you put the papers one inside each other, the pages, as you can see, will kind of creep out, and that's what will happen if I cut it at 5. It'll still like come off of the cover, and I didn't want that. So let's see this. And also, FYI, the best way when you're doing any kind of cutting is to make sure that you have a lot of like the paper on this side, okay? If I try to do it on here, I don't have much of a hold because there's not that much paper. So that's why you'll cut it where it has the most paper. If you have another easier way, go ahead and share it with me, but this is the best and safest way that I have come across. Oops. Again, we're going to put the ruler up against those lines, and then we're going to cut. And when I cut, I have the ruler, or excuse me, the knife right against the ruler, okay? And let's just do this slowly. Oops. And again, these are scraps that I also saved. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I will save these. I'll put this in my scrap box, and I will save it for others. This is actually good to stamp like words, and then use your words for whatever you decide to do for your other projects and all. Okay, so now, that's right, we left it down here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to take this. I'm going to show you how to do just to staple it. But if you decide to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, yeah, you're more than welcome. Now something happened here that it is smaller and I do not know why. So now is a good time to fix it. I wonder why that was smaller. I'm going to fix it and then I will be right back. Okay, folks, I am back, and I am sorry about that, but I end up overcutting this area here. So it was supposed to be at the 7, which I do not have it at the 7, and that's why I had to fix it. But if you did it at the 7, it's perfect, and that's what you were supposed to do. And I have a feeling the reason why I screwed up is because this paper is so busy that I didn't see where the mark was at. So in the end, that's what I feel that I did. Okay, but if you did it at 7, that is where you were supposed to do it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this at the very edge and make sure it's even from here to here. And then go ahead and take your clip and clip these. Try to do it. Okay, turn it around carefully and get your stapler. Now what I do is I've got this big old boy here, this box, and I don't have a long arm. I don't own a long arm. I don't see that it's necessary to have one. I will just take my stapler and I'll go ahead and I'll open it up this way, making sure that this is still part of the stapler. Okay, and this kind of acts like a long arm, so I'll go ahead and where the seam is at, I'll go ahead and staple it there. Let me remove this here. And then I'll do it again to the top. If you want to measure it, go for it. I just kind of eyeball it and call it good. All right, so now let me take this off. I'm a little off over here in the front, but to me it's not worth to go back and fix it. I'm fine with it. Go and then take something like a bone folder or the edge of your, you can take your ruler, you can take the edge of a pencil or pen, but don't use your fingers because I've already cut myself a few times with that, and so kind of learn from my mistakes. All right, close it up, and there we've got our book. I will fix that in a second. Yeah, that was way off. You know what? Maybe I'm not going to fix it. Maybe I'll think of something, but I'm just not going to do anything to it. And kind of work the book like this so we can get used to the new pages that are in there. But there you go. You've got all these pages, and so we're good to go. But now we're not done yet. We still have all these here. And what are we going to do with them? Well, the first thing that I decided to do is to go ahead and make this into a tuck spot itself too. So I'm going to add glue to the back of this or this. That'll be perfect. Another thing before I go ahead and put this, if you want, not totally necessary, but if you have something like this, these are corner punches. And so they actually look really great. Now I'm not going to do everything. I'm just going to show you this. And if you're if you want to buy it, these are from We Are Memory Keepers, and it's really great. I'll just do the front and the back, but I'm not going to do the whole thing for you. Okay, and there we go. So now back to this. Now, because I don't know if you can see it, but because I did a corner punch over here and I decided to put this here, I'm actually gonna do the same corner punch, the same size here. Okay, and then this is where I want to put my glue. So I will get my glue. All right, awesome, awesome. I'm hoping everybody is well today. I match the how much here, which is about 1/8 of an inch to the bottom here, just to make it look nice. And oh, that little piece is there. That's gonna bug. Oh, I'll get it off later. Okay, well, there's my tuck spot right there. And then here is, got these pieces here. I like this as a tuck spot as well, so I can choose some place. I actually can use this side as well as a tuck spot, and that's what's great about double-sided paper, is that you have choices to do it. So yeah, maybe I'll do this since I've seen map all over the place. Okay, I am actually going to take a few of these pages and I will round the corners because I'm planning on doing that to all of them. So I'll just do that ahead of time. Okay, create a tuck spot right there. All right, and I'm just going to put glue here on just on the rounded side here. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't clog on me now. Liquid glue is cheaper to use, but you can also use this here if you like, the from 3L adhesive. I still carry that in my store. So if you're interested, I'll put the link down below for that. Otherwise, I do recommend the liquid glue, especially the 3L, or the, excuse me, the Art Glitter Glue. It's archival, and it dries pretty quickly. All right, so yeah, go ahead. Another thing also, if this kind of screws you up with the lining, like, I mean, I did it a little bit too close over there. If you want to, what you can do is put like a piece of paper underneath it before you put anything down, and that way you'll know exactly what you're doing on that page right there. Okay. All right, with this one here, we've got a few options. We can actually create like a belly band, and I'll do a belly band. Well, wait a minute. I wanted 2 pockets. So before I do the belly band, that would look beautiful as a belly band. Oh my God, these 2 pockets are so... Okay. Okay, so this is okay like this, and that is not that big of a deal. It's going to create a belly band like this. Okay, actually, so this will be my belly band, and this will be my 2 pockets. Okay, so for the 2 pockets, what I do is I'll put these together, and I will measure, like I'll probably take, let's say, ½ inch. Is that ½ inch? There I go again, not seeing. Oh, it's oh my God, so 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so I'll take that much off, and then I'll just cut it. Actually, wing it too. Okay, there we go. And these 2 can be my pockets. So I have a hole punch, or excuse me, circle punch. And the circle punch that I'm using is this 1 3/8 inch. If you don't have a circle punch, just get something that is round. For example, like the end of your glue. That would look so beautiful like that. I love it. Okay, so that I've decided to put the pocket. Don't worry, people, I will get to the belly band pretty close. I know I started with the belly band, but I get sidetracked very easily, if you can't tell. Another thing that if you want to do, if you want to take the time to do it, is ink the edges. I use, I think it's Vintage Photo from, oh, it's the Tim Holtz one from Ranger. And I like to ink the edges. That will give it more of a distressed vintage feel to it. Okay, there's 1 pocket. And let's choose another. Oh, I forgot to round this part. Okay, I'll just deal with that later. Okay, so let's go here. And now I will round this first, because I decided to go that extra step in rounding it. Now you see that I always do it on the right hand side, but you can do it on the left hand side. Pick what side you want, and you know, and then just go for it. It's gonna look pretty anyways. It's gonna look nice anyways. You can make it look pretty if you want to, but I don't think this is pretty, or this particular theme is pretty. This paper, this is a really nice vintage look. That's, how would you say it? Dapper? I don't know. What's the right word? Help me out here, people. Okay, now we've got this, and now we can create like a belly band of this, okay? So go ahead and choose another page. I'll just choose something here in the back. There's no right or wrong way. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put, it is sticking out a little bit, so what I'll do is I'm going to put glue over here, and then lift up the paper, and then cut it, and then put glue, okay? And for those of you who don't know what a belly band is, it's basically just like a pocket, like that's just glued on 2 sides for you to just tuck things really fast and quick. And I'll show you what I do with it. Okay, you got, still want to stay stuck together. Okay, so now I will flip it over to the other side, because I think it's going to be easier for me to see. I'll go ahead and I'll trim that out. Also, save all your scraps before you throw them away, because you can actually use them as decor. Okay, there we go. And I don't know what happened to this paper, but I'll trim this also. You can tell that I'm not used to using, there we go, perfect. That I'm not used to using just a craft knife and ruler, that I do prefer my trimmer. Okay, there we go. And now the last piece that we have, these are some scraps. The last piece that we have is this. We can use it as a tuck spot as well. And keep in mind that you can also put tuck spots on the top as well, and it can go underneath it, okay? Or you can have a tuck spot like this where you would just add the glue here and it can stay this way, okay? I like to have some kind of thing here. So, and that's what I did to the other one. So I will go ahead and take one of my scraps. Whoops, I'm sorry. I'm moving you guys all over the place. Let's end up taking one of my scraps and using this as a label marker. Okay, then now that I marked it, I will fold it in half. Okay, and then, oh, you want to make it look really vintage? You go ahead and tear up the edges. You know what I'm talking about? Like you would take this and then just tear it up like this. When you tear it, hold your thumb down and pull it up to that. That would look really good. I think if I had a bigger piece of paper, I could do, well, you could still write a lot in this small paper. So let's see how that'll look. Be kind of cool like this or like this. And then you could put some kind of design over here. That'll look cool. Okay. Which one? What do you guys think? And then ink the edges. That would look really nice. Let's use that. Why not? And you know what? Since I've got my rounded corners, why don't I just round the corner? Or I've got this punch here. Let's round these corners up. I think the next time I make this, I am going to ink the edges because that would look super, super, whoops, vintage. Okay. Let's go ahead and, well, you can't see it there, so I will glue this down first. That would look nice too. That would actually be a nice tuck spot as well. But sometimes you just have to make a decision and go for it. That's what happens when you have nice looking paper. You want to like, oh, but what if I do this, or what should I do this? When I put this down, I'm actually seeing that these two are even, and that at the top is even. Now I just got to put this down. I actually would have put this down a little bit further just to match, but we're all good. Okay, now let's add this. Okay, perfect. Okay, now, well, this is basically your book. This is how it turned out. Okay, and then I've cut out these cards from this sheet of paper here. Did I show it to you? It's actually, in this collection, it was on the back side of the cover. So where's the, oh, here it is. So this one had, this is the introduction or the cover, and then it had one on the back side. I didn't cut this one up because I wanted to show you what collection this was, but then they had the other paper that was really nice. And the back of that paper was nice as well, but I had to sacrifice it. Okay, actually I could have put this over here and that would have looked really nice, especially if you ink the edges here. That would have looked really nice. Okay, but you know, hindsight 2020. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill the cards up. I like this postage one. This is nice. Maybe I should put this one instead. Okay, you know, and you can put as much as you want, but when you travel, you're going to be putting more things. So that is the whole intention of it. And let's see, I can take another one from this here. And I'll take this one here. Oh, chasing my travel dreams. Oh, that'll be nice right there too. But we'll just put it there, okay? All right, folks, there you have it. Now, like these pieces here, you can go ahead and still save them. I like to create like little clusters out of them. If you want to, you can put like a fishtail on it, and I'll show you that really quick. And you can see how that looks like. There's that. Let's go get a skinny one. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. If you like what you see, please hit that like button. It will help the algorithms to show, or my algorithm, so it will show nicely. It will pop up, so that'll help me out, and I would appreciate it. And also, if you're interested in more videos like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell button to be notified of when the next video comes up. Okay, so now what I'm doing is taking these two and kind of overlapping each other. Okay, and I'm gonna end up trimming this off, gluing that together, and then I will take this. Okay, and I can just pick a spot. I can either do it like this or I can do it like this. It really doesn't matter. There we go. And it's just for aesthetics. It's just for decor. Okay. And then also not to waste the papers too. So that's a nice one right there. Oh, that'll be great. Oh, you know what I have? Oh, I don't have it with me right now. I could have made this looking like a little ticket. That would look cute. And I've got the punch to go with that. If I find the link for that, I will put it down below so you can use it. I just don't have the punch here with me. But I'm going to save this little piece and we're just going to tuck that right there. Okay. And what else I wanted to show you? Oh, not going to do it in this video, but the belly band, or even the belly band will be great to hold paper clips if you want that. Also here in the back you can have a collection of paper clips to put there, or if you want to do it in the front, if you're like me and you want everything like nice and neat in the front, you can actually put a collection of paper clips. And I will show you in a later video how to decorate the paper clips so it looks like it's all matching. Okay folks, well there you have it. There's this one here, there's that one that I showed you, and that's from the same collection. And then here's another one. This is actually my mock-up that I used, and I used two different kinds of paper. This is called Sunshine and this is called Pure White, and this is what I'm talking about, is to decorate this with the scraps that you have, but you can even use it with ribbons and that would be really great. But yeah, so I did that and that was my mock-up here. Okay, well let me know if you like it. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate it, and you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.